Mocha Daddy in the mix.
This video is not sponsored by Crown, but if Crown wants to send me a PR package full of Crown, I won't be complaining. So I'm gonna just keep this right here for y'all. See, it's a drink. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Instagram is I am the real AP. You know, so you can find me on Apple Music, Spotify. I'm about to get some shit out on YouTube next, but I haven't really dropped a lot, so I got a little album coming up. I'm from Dayton, Ohio, and I don't know, life in Dayton, it's pretty smooth. I'm not gonna cap. It's definitely one of my favorite cities, for sure. I live in Columbus at the moment, but I'll always be from Dayton, 937, you know what I mean? I think the vibe in Dayton is loving, I would say, caring. It's like everybody's always looking out for each other, unlike these other cities, I'm not gonna say, but love Dayton. I really just depend on what kind of vibe I'm feeling, because I started out rapping, but then I figured out I could sing. So I'm jumping from rap, hard rap, to R&B, to pop. Shit, I even busted out a country song like last week, for real. But, you know, I really can't categorize myself like that as an artist, because then that puts me in a box. So I think my music for everybody. My target audience is everybody.
Pop out of here very often, but when they go see me, they check on my
It definitely has been, there have been its ups and downs, and I will say, you know, being a girl and being a rapper in general, you know, people think especially being a white rapper, people think I just have this advantage, but I face the opposite of what people think I do, because I have to prove myself just as much or even more to say, hey, I can really do this. And people look at me and they're like, oh, you're a female, you know, you can't do this as well as I can do it, da-da-da-da. And I'm like, that's crazy, because I've only been rapping a year, I've been producing 3 months, and I'm still on the same level, you know what I mean? So I've definitely had instances with producers, engineers, all that stuff of, I don't know what I'm talking about when I make a suggestion and all that stuff, but I just fuck off, move on by my day, find a different producer, or do it myself. That's why I'm doing it myself. That's why I got into it, because people were so judgmental of, you're a white female rapper, you can't do shit, you don't have bars. And I'm like, okay, if you remove my face from a vocal and put like a voice filter on it, you just try to tell me it's not skilled in. You know what I mean?
Right. So do you think more like good experiences or like more?
I definitely think I pay attention to the people who are blessings in my life, and I don't pay attention to the ones who are just trying to bring hate into it. Mm-hmm. So what I take from it is I've met thousands of people who are loving, caring, and listen to my music, and I've opened up their minds. I've given them a place to explore a different level of music, you know what I mean? So I would say I cannot live without this shit, for real. It's awesome. Alright, number 1, my retainer. Don't play with me. If I am missing my retainer, I literally will have a mental breakdown. I swear to God. I gotta have my retainer. Some chapstick. Fucking dry ass lips. Alright. Alright. Number 3, my insulin pump. You know, I got diabetes. Number 4. Wow. I don't know. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty.
Now you gotta think.
I would say, I know this is kind of cheesy, but like my friends and family. You know,
of course.
And number 5, probably Texas bacon cheesesteak now.
Weed is not on that list? Weed is not on that list?
Hey, I'm not trying to let the youngest.
Ganja.
Hey, weed is at number 6 at ganja. That's not.
Keep up with the logic. I may be a student, but don't need a teacher.
My goals for that especially is to just make insulin cheaper and make all the products that we use cheaper for everybody who needs them, because in most instances I have type 1, and type 1 is completely different than type 2. Type 1 is an autoimmune disease and type 2 is a metabolic disorder. So those are completely different, you know, especially in market diseases, they're just called the same thing. So like this year alone, I probably paid $43,000 in diabetes supplies alone. That's not even including colds or anything, normal doctor's visits, stuff like that. That's just diabetes supplies, and we do have insurance. I have very good insurance, but it's ridiculous. And some people that don't have insurance die, and I think it's ridiculous because the cost compared to making insulin, cheaper. They're not going to do it because they just make money.
Right.
But in the United States, we have chemically produced insulin because there's so many diabetics in the United States. But in other countries, foreign countries like Mexico, all these places, they have animal produced insulin, which is a lot healthier for you, so your blood sugar more, and it's a lot cheaper. But the reason that the United States is doing it is because everybody's throwing shit about animals, test products on animals. But it's to save your own species,
Yeah.
So yeah, my goal is to make it cheaper. I'm writing a book about this. I'm dropping it in like 2 months. It's like 200 some page book. I'm gonna spread through my music and just try to get it up there. And yeah. Alright, first I gotta smoke the fattest wood of my life. Not always, but come on, it just makes it funner. Funner, that's not a word. I usually, smoke a blunt, grab me a glass of water. I'm not really a drinker that much, but I'll drink sometimes. I'll either make a beat or get a beat my homies send me or whatever. Or if I'm just doing it for fun, I'll just find a beat on YouTube, Open up Pro Tools, deal with that bitch for a couple minutes while I buffer some shit. And I just kind of go off dome and see what cracks, see what doesn't crack. I'll either get frustrated and just walk away or it'll be a banger for free.
So do you feel like the songs, how people be like, oh, like the artist is like, I don't like this song, but everybody else likes it. Like, how do you feel about the songs that people like but you don't like? Like, do you think that those are hit songs or?
Of like my songs?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of songs that people like, I fuck with this and I definitely don't. And I just think it's because I know I have way more potential and so much more shit to learn. And I'm like, this isn't it though. This isn't it. I still got a long ways to go. I'm only a year into this shit. So I think when people think my shit sounds good, I'm like, but I can do better though. And that's just kind of the mindset that I've always had. So I just kind of get upset with myself sometimes when it doesn't turn out the way I want it to, but it's all part of the process of learning this shit.
Right.
Alright, well, number one, everybody knows this. Cold World, bitch. Cold World. He's on my leg and he's on Cold World. I don't gotta say it too much. Number one will always be number one. He's my biggest influence. Completely changed my life. Let me see shit from a completely different perspective. There are bigger problems in the world than what your dumb ass is facing right now. And he right as fuck. And because of that, my number two is probably Russ. And I say that, I'm not gonna say he's the best rapper, but he's one of my biggest influences because he's independent and he does everything by himself. He don't ask nobody for permission to do shit. He just does whatever the fuck he wanna do when he wanna do it. And I respect that shit. And his voice is super as fuck. And number three is probably Kendrick, Corday. I don't know, I can list them off. But if we're talking like hard rap, ESTG for show, Money Bag. For me personally, I feel like it helps my mental health. It gives me a place to, escape. But I also feel like there is a fine line to where you actually need to go talk to somebody about it or, talk to one of your friends or family because I feel like it's kind of an escape from reality when you make music and people don't realize that as much when they're making it. And I think it's kind of dangerous to just pour all your feelings in music and not face them what they are. So that's kind of my opinion on it, but I think it's great for mental health in general. But don't let it get out of hand to where you're not communicating with them.
Right.
Pick up her ass on the tape. Make movies that I direct, your raps is trash. Quote the inspector, I'll say tomorrow. I'm clipping that neck to throw me a price, I'm matching like Esther. He told me my lyrics ain't basic, my flow don't come off.